What up? I'm Sam. Across the table,
Nobe.
and today we got a special guest, B-Boy Zeroni. What's going on, man?
What's going on, Sam?
Yo, dude. So you just came back from Boise, jam out in Boise. What went down?
It was really good. There was a small jam there. The reason why we went to Boise for that jam was we kind of like we go to Seattle a lot as a crew,
Right.
and for battles and whatnot. Like someone invited me on Facebook, like someone I kind of fairly knew, and then they're like, "Hey man, we have a jam in Idaho. You should come jam out." So I was like, "Sure, why not?" And I asked my sister. I was like, "Hey, you want to go to Idaho for a jam?" She's like, "Sure," and we just went.
All right. So yeah, sounds pretty random, but when you actually got there, how was it? Like, how many teams? All that.
You know, it was really it's a small scene, like kind of like Spokane scene. I would say a little bit bigger than Spokane in terms of b-boys, like, and then it was good. We had fun. Jammed out really good.
Yeah, sweet, dude. Yeah, I noticed like really, so like there weren't cats from Boise State, stuff like that.
There was some like it was all scattered around. There was people from Boise, there were people from Nampa, people from Ontario.
Yeah, so well, how'd it go down, man? Like, was it a competition? Was it just a bunch of ciphers?
It was just 3 brackets, one for kids, one for below 17, and then one for above 17. There was an all styles battle as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. We did the above 17 battle first, and like I ended up going to semifinals and losing.
That's cool.
But it's cool. It's cool.
One-on-ones?
One-on-ones, yeah, one-on-ones. My sister like lost her first round, but it's okay. She did really good on her first round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's one of those people I noticed, like, just on that one weekend when we went out, like, Kai breaking like 2 hours in was totally different from her on the second day. Like, she kind of picked stuff up quick.
It's funny because we got to the jam and like everyone was like looking at us like, oh man, like it's like they've never seen a B girl before,
Real? Like, once again, she's the only B girl in the house.
Like, that's the vibe we got. Like, we were we were on a little corner, like warming up, practicing, stretching, whatnot, and then so we started top rock ciphering and like just getting warmed up. So and then like when she went out on top rock, and I would like kind of like look around the room and people would be like staring at her. Like I was like, Kai, look, there's people that's staring at you, man.
Oh, but that's something to get hype off of, because one, you're kind of like broadening people's horizons, and two, it's like, okay, you ain't seen nothing like this before. Yeah. Boom. That's sick.
Yeah, it's like they have like girl dancers, like they do all styles, choreography, whatnot, but they've never seen like a B girl before.
Right, who can actually get down.
That's the vibe that I got. They're like, oh man, like this is like the only B girl in the house,
No, and this girl gets down for sure, dude. So you got semis over in that all style battle. Did you guys go into that, or?
Yeah, we knew I knew a homie from Boise, and that was actually the first time we met because we knew each other on Facebook.
Crazy.
And we're like, dude, we're gonna go to Idaho and we should meet up because we've known each other for like what, a year now, over a year, and we still haven't met.
Dude, that's the thing that's so crazy about your stories is like, it's so often like, oh yeah, we're going into this city. Like, I don't know, you guys are kind of like nomads in that sense. Like, you chill in Spokane. It's like, yeah, go to this city. We met so and so, so we'll see what's up with them. And like, you guys are going having all these awesome experiences. Like, so you never met dude before. Like,
nope.
Yeah, and like you were crashing at his pad, or?
No, actually, we crashed at the first time. The first night we stayed stayed at my friend Faith's house because she's a high school homie of mine. And then the second night we stayed at B-boy that I knew of. I met like 5 years ago when I went to 4 Elements jam there, and then I didn't actually know didn't actually know him personally. Then we went to this jam, and then we actually got to talk to him, chill with him, like share ideas, and he was a really cool guy. We stayed at his place, because he offered it, and yeah, he was really cool.
Yeah, that's crazy. So like, you guys go make these connections just over breaking.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Yeah, and then when you guys get together, like you said, this homie you're talking with Facebook, like, was it like, dude, getting this create daily, or like?
Yeah, we were actually thinking about doing that. Like we went to a free art gallery in Boise. There's like an alley just full of graffiti, and like we tried doing daily there, but it's really dark. It's already nighttime.
Yeah.
But next time for sure though. Like I want to include him. Like he's really dope. He's a all styles dancer.
Nice. Not really wise to that. Describe the difference, all styles and then breaking.
Okay, like all styles dancer is pretty much all styles. Whatever it can be like popping, locking, crump, or even ballet. Or you can have breaking in there as well. Like all styles is like pretty much everything that goes. What they'll play a song. It can be like from anywhere from like trap music to dubstep to like a rap song.
Mm-hmm.
So it can be anything goes. And then breaking, of course, it's just like its own element. Like breaking has its own
criteria,
and all styles is where like it's like anything goes pretty much.
Yeah, that's crazy. How you doing there, Mr. Nobe? Chilling in the corner. What up? Yeah, what's up?
I sent my girlfriend a picture of Willem Dafoe looking all creepy. A little gif of him just like and looking at the camera. Just because it's how my brain is at the moment. I'll be right though.
Yeah.
I'll be okay.
Yeah. Mr. Nobe Kenobi was grinding all night. Got here. Dude was waking up. Give me 10 minutes. We'll grind some more.
That's how it goes, man. I'm like a lumberjack when it comes to podcasts. I cut them down.
Yeah.
Chop, chop, chop.
Clear this shit out. Hell yeah, man. So, like you were saying, Boise, it's super small community. Obviously you're from Spokane. Like, for people who don't know, people are out there living in Spokane just doing their normal thing. Like, how is it finding something that's kind of a niche with your area but still has this greater community out there and just kind of pursuing that?
It's really cool. Just like sharing the common interests that you have. Like we're from Spokane, small community. Go to another small community, like jamming out with different people, but we share the same culture. Mm-hmm. It's like it's really cool to experience different people from different areas. It's like you're MC, it's like MC and you go to like Boston or something and MC with different people. Yeah. And it's just like a different vibe you get, and it's like but it's the same love,
Yeah, is it like learning just how people deal with outside stuff, or do you think it's affected your style?
I think every time I go to a jam, it affects my style. Like, I go to a jam, I take something back from it and I learn from it.
Yeah, definitely. Like, so you've never had a time where it's like, wait a second, like when I top rock, I don't usually do this shit with my hips, but dude, they were doing it that week before. Anything ever kind of surprise you like that?
Yeah, when I went to Zulu, actually, I learned a lot of things from, because I took the Asia 1 workshop.
Right.
And, she, the stuff she talked about, there were just, like, things that you know already, but it's, like, going back to roots and, like, emphasizing more on fundamentals. And it's, like, it's like you get to the point where you're in training where you forget kind of going back to the roots.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was a refresher because I was like, oh, okay, it's like basic moves can be, still be dope.
Right. Isn't that what's fun though about pursuing a craft is, I mean, me and I'm sure Nobe's experienced this with MCing where you start doing your thing and you get into it and you know how to kind of get yourself on like a higher level, that sort of thing. But all these sort of shortcuts you do in your movements or in your words, in your setup, and then how refreshing it is where it's like, wait, let's reinvent the wheel. Like these patterns or something like that. Like, I don't know. Doesn't that kind of keep it fresh for you, man?
Yeah, no, you run into some people that kind of like change your whole perspective, or you'll just go through enough, you'll be spitting enough where you're like, man, this is, I don't know. It happens when I listen to a lot of music of a lot of different MCs. Like if I listen to a lot of Black Thought, I find myself picking up on some like Black Thought tips, like where he ends with generally a couple syllables, a couple rhyming syllables at the end of something, and that kind of strays into most Steph territory. But then you might have people that rap a little bit slower or more like precise, like a Common or I don't know. It's weird. I find myself constantly changing and kind of you have to evolve. I think you always will, but like when I actively see it, I'm like, oh, I can rap like this, and I never really tried like that, and oh, it's actually like it really kind of fits. Like it's easy, you know. There's certain styles that um getting into the flow, you know, like whenever you do anything. I remember I was like maybe like 15. I wrote something about some video game about the flow, and I think it was seriously like kind of extends to all things though. It's where you get in that, you know, not, you know, people talk about it a lot. The idea of like not really thinking about the task you're doing and just doing it, and there's little like tricks to get into that. I think style wise, like most of the time when if I'm spitting and I'm not really feeling it, there's a reason, and it's generally because I'm like just picking like the style that I'm using right now isn't conducive to freestyle. You know, there's ways. You know, if I'm trying to do a rhyme every bar, I'm probably gonna get more lost if I was rather trying to spread it out and do my my end rhyme every 2 bars, and then have some multis in there that I can, you know, fuck with that don't necessarily make or break the whole rhyme. But if I land them, they sound cool, and if I don't, it's okay because I still got my like solid shit at the end.
Right.
And it's, you know, it's just trying to work out how to be like comfortable with spitting, because the worst thing to freestyle is feeling uncomfortable. Like you're just gonna fuck shit up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, whenever you're doing what you do, whether it's dancing or it's freestyling, like 90% of it is that confidence. I mean, that confidence, and not like, oh, how awesome of a person you are, but confidence in like, I know what I'm doing here. I know I belong on either this stage or this floor. I mean, how many times have you gone and seen a guy like, and you could tell just by the dude walks up, or like how comfortable he is in Top Rock, where it's like, this cat's going to kill.
Yeah, like it has a lot to do with confidence, you know. Like it's different if I'm like at a big jam and like I see some like new guys I've never seen before, and like when I first started breaking and like going to jams, and like at practice my Top Rock is like, oh man, I'm feeling this, you know, and I go to a jam and then like see other people like, oh shit, like this is a new level, you know, like I hope they like my shit, you know. But at the same time, after you do it for a while, like you kind of like don't care anymore. Like you kind of just like you do what you do, you know. So,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and like
that goes back to that confidence where it's like, I'm doing me.
Yeah.
Like you're about to have the Sam experience, or you're dancing. You're about to have the Zeroni experience. Do this shit.
Yeah. So whenever I go to jams now, I'm just like, oh, you know, funky music, or oh, that's a dope break. You know, I'll just go out and just Top Rock, forward, do everything, do my thing. You know, and people like it. You know. No,
like one dude who I thought really had that in his dance, where it's like as soon as he gets on, you know, this dude's on a mission. Cat, you're into Casper is a great example of that, dude. Like Casper gets out there, he starts kicking those feet back, and it's just crazy, right? Like go into Casper for me, man.
Yeah, Casper, man. That dude, like when I first started breaking, I looked him up, you know, like.
Yeah, describe this dude for people, because no one who's seen this guy, Casper, like what you think you're gonna get as opposed to what you get.
Well, this dude, okay, like he's I've never met the guy yet, but he's really like his footwork and his attitude, like his battle mentality. When you first see this guy, like it's just intimidation already, and then when you battle him, it's just like he's out for blood, you know.
Yeah, no, this dude's style is super aggressive. That, and he's like this scrawny redheaded guy, so it's like, man, this dude is pissed about something. And then like it kind of tripped me out when I heard he was a big influence of yours, because I was like, man, style-wise they're not super similar. But I did see the thing I think that makes you formidable. And it's crazy because you guys go about it in different ways, where it's like some guys, they'll go and dance, and like they do it because like they're doing on the low-key technical stuff, but they make it look so smooth. And they make it just look like movements, the whole make it look easy thing. Meanwhile, one thing I noticed you do is like that upper body is calm, it's chill. Meanwhile, you're showing like all the technicality, what it's going. It's just, but yeah, this is just what we do. It's different from that. It's kind of like showing people the gears.
Yeah. It's like, I actually, his style, like it's weird because when I see b-boying, I'm like, oh, like that's interesting when I first started. And then Casper, I don't know, for some reason Casper's like style just stuck out. And I didn't want to be, I don't want to be a biter or nothing, but like,
no, we all come from influences. Yeah, like someone got you into something.
Yeah, like just looking at him break, and it influenced kind of the way I break. So like fast footwork, style, you know, like just like not, I'm trying to get into power now, but like it's baby steps. But I mean, I'm still kind of retaining that style. It's just the footwork and the fast style and the aggressiveness.
I think aggressiveness. I mean, there's like, especially like when rapping, like I think the confidence thing is the biggest. I've seen people come up that couldn't rap, but are like, man, I'm fucking gonna rap tonight, and so they, they rap and everybody loves it, man, and like that's what it is. I think. I mean, it's also the idea, like if you can make the small stuff look nice, like really nice, then it can, I think, at times outshine bigger stuff. Like I remember we were doing a open mic one night, and Fletcher came down, and he was rocking, and he's the dude is goofy as shit, right? But he's like got such confidence. He doesn't give a fuck what anybody's thinking, and he's rapping like in the simplest style, but it's fucking funny because he's like got some.
Explain Fletcher. A lot of people don't understand Fletcher. Fletcher's one of my favorite people to see rhyme. Explain him, dude.
Just trying to like explain an enigma. He's a really fun dude. He's just like, he just seems to enjoy everything around him. Like he fucking like, oh, stools, like let's go. Like I'm like, oh shit, like, man, I wish you could find the enjoyment that Fletcher has in just the day to day. I suppose he seems like just a really. I mean, I met him through Michael, and he just seems like a really nice guy, and he likes to get down.
No,
rapping
Hector,
like Herc D and shit. Like,
Hector, I know you've seen. I think you may have seen this guy at Bulls. Okay, but this battle, KTFO battle. This was. I've never seen like an audience challenged, but at the same time into it. He's going against Unique, and you've heard Unique stuff, right? Yeah. So Unique, when he goes to battle, we're going into that hard battle. Like you got to have a certain edge to go against me, sort of thing. And he's going rhyming and like, just acting like an MC who's been doing it for a bit, doing his thing. And then Fletcher goes up there, and this dude's like
the human curveball.
Hey, exactly. He comes up and he's like, hey, my name's Fletcher. These rhymes I speak. You're unique, but I'm going to make you freak. And like, it's so everyone's like wants to clown on it, but it's really clean. And he gets into where he's making really good jokes. So you have all these guys who are kind of more to the gangster rap side, and you see them turning throughout this battle as Fletcher just goes Fletcher.
Yeah. Seriously. It was crazy. Like, I mean, and it was everybody, a lot of people listen to more technical types of hip hop and like in a sense are trying to emulate that, and Fletcher doesn't give a shit about any of that. Like,
no,
Fletcher's about to blow you up with the fucking and that's the idea, like simple rap style, man. You could take somebody out if they ain't ready and you got it clean. Then
he almost did.
Yeah, that was some shit. I saw Unique up there like, what the fuck is going on right now, man? What is going on?
This guy had no clue. He's like, wait, the stuff I'm going to usually use doesn't work on this guy, because this guy's out here like looking like he just clocked off like the 9 to 5 wearing a tie or something, and is just like going off.
Yeah, it was strange to say the least.
It was fun.
But Fletcher's a cool ass dude, and I think that kind of, when seeing him rap, kind of probably reflects the success he has in his personal life with his work and stuff, because he does really well. I think he just really enjoys shit, and people are like, holy shit, you like things a lot, sir. And like, what?
Like,
so what do you
what
are you selling? Like, he's like, man, I just fucking I'm selling Fletcher, let's go. And like, it's like, all right. And he's cool though. Only Fletcher could pull that shit off.
You know what I heard that fool say to me? It was after that battle, and he's just stoked. And we're stoked because we're like, this is really cool. And he comes up to me, he's like, I think I'm going to go in the next one. He had stuff going on. He wasn't able to. I'm like, yeah, dude, do it. Like, keep going for sure. And he's like, no, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring a bag, and I'm going to have a cowboy hat and a little plastic cowboy vest, and I'm going to rap to him dressed up as a cowboy. And then while he's rapping, so he doesn't stay on his shit, I'm going to wear a toga. And da-da-da. I'm like, what? This is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, getting on the corny side, but once again, it's Fletch being Fletch, so it's real.
Yo, you'd be the Carrot Top of rap.
Yeah, no, you could go really wrong with that. But that dude, it's like you might be able to pull it off. No one else I know
until
will.
If he does that and he gets beat, then it's like, then it's pretty gimmicky. You know, but I think that, again, like the originality, like nobody's doing that shit.
Yeah.
Nobody's
Go for it,
busting
man.
out the travel bag full of goodies and like trying to visually impair the other person in terms of their ability to like fuck with them. Like that's cool. I'm
Yeah.
all about it.
Like the first time, one of the times I went to open mic that Monday, and I saw him there,
Yeah.
and he was like, it's just he's at the bar chilling with his brother, or whatever.
Wait, any other dude at the bar, and then but he's MJ's friend. And yeah, he just gets.
Yeah, and he went up to the mic. I was like, oh, it's gonna be like in my head. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be funny, like it's some guy who was drunk and he probably can't rap. And then he gets on the mic and like the way he kind of raps is like kind of goofy style.
Yeah, definitely.
And then I was like, oh yeah, that's what I expected. And then he started like his rhyme. Like I started like listening to what he's saying. It's like he like makes points, like. And I was like, what? How's this guy just like killing it right now?
That's the best part of it. Is the pattern's simple, but he's making hits. He's making connections when it goes.
It's like story. He's telling stories, and like he's telling a story about his dad, like moving stuff in his garage, like, and it's rhyming. Like, what the fuck?
Right. No, I remember once I talked to you,
style.
and back on that whole like wearing disguises and shit. You were telling me about an MC battle you went to, where these guys wore costumes.
Yes, there was a Halloween Zulu battle. It was like there was a Bebo battle and there was an MC battle, and I went there dressed as Pikachu, and my sister and I were 2-on-2 partners, so she was Ash, So, and then we ended up I think going to quarters or semis. I forget which one, but there was an MC battle as well, and there was dudes dressed as zombies. There was a dude dressed as an alien. There was a dude like
you could dress as whatever creature you wanted.
Yes, you could dress up as anything you wanted, but the goal was to rap about who you were, and then the other person, like who you're battling. Like say the zombie guy won, but he was just a zombie, and he was battling against some guy who had a spaceship helmet. And so they have to talk about. He's like, oh, zombies are better than aliens, and like aliens are whack, something like that.
That's dope. I'd be Solid Snake. Nobody touch that shit.
Yeah.
Maybe the Master Chief come out and then rap battle him.
I might have to go with Honest Abe because they know the rhymes is no lie.
And then Honest Abe. I feel that. I was actually thinking for some reason Abe Lincoln versus Zombie rapping would be pretty interesting to see. No, that's cool. That's and that's the idea where I think kind of similarly in the same like heart of what Fletcher does is like kind of getting some of the seriousness out of it. And I think that most people that are well versed in like the battle scene are like, yeah, we're not taking this super serious. Like,
yeah,
we're not out for blood or nothing. Like at the show on Friday, a lot of the who was there? Chinky and Intricate were there, and they were both by the stage, and they were like fucking repping it. I don't know, it was cool. It's like we're gonna have this battle coming up. Is I think it's nothing but love and like just having fun and just fucking rapping, man, because that's what we like doing.
Fuck yeah, yeah. No, that's when you're pursuing these crafts, and I think this almost goes back to the Asia 1 point. Like it's so easy to get tuned into what you're doing because you love it. Because you've been doing it for so many years, you have this passion that sometimes you forget to switch it up. Just switch it up, find that new way. And the best way to get reminded to switch it up is remember, you're doing this because you had fun doing this. Right. Like you take it so seriously, all the work you put in, but honestly, especially on all our points, your craft is a performance craft. People are there to enjoy. They're people, and also be informed, like based off what your style, but they're there to have a good time. So just don't take yourself so seriously sometimes, and a lot of time you do a lot better. Yeah,
well, I think that's absolutely right. I think that taking it too seriously is the downfall. I mean, because I think people have a preconceived idea of like what rap battling is, from like 8 Mile, if that's all they've been really introduced to it. Right. So actually going to a battle and seeing everybody like kind of having fun, they're like, what the fuck isn't everybody mad? Like maybe pulling a gun on each other. It's like, no, it's because we're trying to chill and rap a little bit.
Where's the tension?
Yeah, seriously, like I don't know. I'd rather have it the latter. I'd rather have it nice and chill and like just having fun.
Yeah.
When they're, and not to say that it doesn't get nervous or intense sometimes, because if there's, a little bit of money riding on it, and there's the, the idea of winning something is always kind of cool. But it never, ever gets to the point where somebody's about to like get hit or, Yeah. And it's a small scene too. There isn't, this isn't like San Diego or no shit.
No, it doesn't help to have burn bridges when the area is this small. Like it's one of those things where it's not, you're making not necessarily you choices, but you're making for choices for the community. Because now people either have to choose sides or deal with the drama. I mean, I don't know. Me, it's kind of all per context. Because in a cypher, I'm really down. Like, yeah, we're playing. This is fun. Like, I have all that, but I'm not gonna lie. When I'm in a battle or like competition, it's me versus person. That almost pumps me up just as much. Like, I love bringing that intensity. That intensity gets me through. Like, snap. Like, dude, explain B-girl from AK snap to everyone.
Well, I met Snap. Actually, the first time I met Snap was that Zulu weekend, and her intensity is crazy. Like, whenever I watch her battle, she always puts on this battle character, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like you don't want to fuck with her. It's like when you battle her, she puts on that intimidation face, and then after the battle, she's like, oh yeah, that's cool, you know.
Yeah. No, but like we see her Friday night, and first of all, it's like, wow, this girl's, you know, of all the women who were there, biggest repertoire of power moves. Like she did one thing, like she didn't do it in the battle, and I don't know if it's because it hurt, where like she had the hands connected, and then I want to say she was going off of windmills into spin, and as she slowed it down, she pushed up off her back, so she flipped over, but kept her arms in place. So the arms, like with the hands connected, just went around the shoulder blades, and it was like, damn, like just gnarly stuff. But yeah, you see this girl on Friday, and it's like, yeah, she's pretty good. And then the battle comes on, and like I'm behind her, and I could just tell she's in the zone because it's no longer standing around. She's got a pace. Like she's about to go in a fight. The head's rocking and all that stuff. And she just beasts out. Like goes and does all these power moves, all this stuff you've seen before, but double the time. Everything's just on. And it's like, that's the other part of it. Yes, have fun, but like sometimes it's just destroy.
Yeah. Like, for me, when I'm in ciphering, you know, I'm just out to, you know, vibe out, you know, groove, whatever. And then maybe if someone calls me out, or you know that happens, like it does happen to me twice, just being called out in a cipher.
Yeah.
So it's just, you know, out of love though, like no beef or nothing. Like, so I think you're dope. Like, let's just battle right now. and I've only got into one cipher battle, and that was in the Philippines when I went there to visit my family, and then I went to a jam because that was like the first time I went to the Philippines as a b-boy, and then I hooked up with some homies. Went to a cipher, you know, like, oh, just ciphering. Like, everyone's kind of like doing the same shit, you know, power, that's cool. Like, where's the style heads at, you know? And then this dude walks in, and then I was like, his name was like Tolo, his b-boy Tolo. And I was like, yeah, Tolo, dude.
Dude, I'm loving this. Like, I'm loving this whole city. B-boying in the Philippines. Damn, keep going, dude.
For sure, yeah. And you know, this motherfucker looks so goofy, you know? Like, he's got the shorts all the way up to his knees, you know, past his knees. And he's wearing, like, this plaid shirt or whatever. And he just looks goofy as fuck. And I'm like, I was like, oh, I was like, really? And then, like, he changes. Like, he goes to the bathroom, and then she comes back. He's got on this fresh, like, he's still in the same shorts. But he's got on this fresh, like baseball jersey, and it has like his name on the back, Tolo, you know. I was like, oh, that's dope. And then we get down to cipher, you know, and then like some cats come out like, oh, that's cool, like a little bit of power, like freeze, like cool freezes, whatnot. And then Tolo comes out. This dude is hella funky. Like, I've never seen so much. It's like someone's as funky as that guy in the Philippines. And I was like, dude, I gotta call this guy out.
Like, what celebrity would you say dances? Like, what style could you put in there?
He was just like, it's like he has really intense footwork. His funk level is insane. Like, for real. Like like, okay, like I wasn't
on the funk level, because that's fresh.
No, for real. Like, we were just standing around, you know, ciphers. We're just standing around. Like, some guy comes out, like, oh, windmill to head spin, and then into a baby freeze. Oh, I've seen that like plenty of times. Then this cat just comes in, you know, like his hands on his his forehead, and he's just like, you know, feeling the music, and like he goes down and footwork like threads, and I was like, wow, dude, this guy is so intricate. And so I had to call him out, because he was the freshest guy there. So I come out after him, like I do it, and then everyone gets super hyped, and people are like, oh shit, cypher battle. And then we went 5 rounds each, after 5 rounds, and we like looked at each other, like shook hands, oh, dude, that was fresh.
That's cool. That's so dope. You said Tolo, and I was instantly thinking Enter the Dragon. I was thinking fucking Bolo that comes out, that big buff. I don't know why. That's where my mind's
totally opposite of
morning.
Bolo.
He was probably shorter, skinnier cat. Like
he was really lanky, really skinny, goofy ass clothes. Like his hair's all like fucking combed to the side.
My question is, how do you find a b-boy battle in Philippines? Like, how many little hip hop shops were you finding, or like people were you bugging? Like,
well, actually, like there's the internet, Facebook. That's like the number one source of information for me.
Word.
I go on to my friend. I don't know, actually, before I met anyone there, I went on on Facebook and typed in like, looked for a group page, like Pinoy B-boys or Filipino B-boys page. Went on there, posted on there like, yo, I'm from Washington or from US, and I'm staying over here in this area. Is there anyone around there that can like show me around for B-boy scene? A few dudes hit me up. Went over there, practiced with them for a while, and then he's like, hey, there's a jam coming up, you should enter. I was like, okay. And then that's where I got into the whole scene,
Was it just at some gym there, or?
Yeah, it was actually a pretty big jam. I didn't know it was a big jam because like we went there and there's like maybe 10 people signed up for the one-on-ones, and I was one of them. And no, there were 16, but we had a prelims, and then there was 10.
Okay.
And then I was just out there having fun, because I didn't know anyone. Like the people I came with, I knew them, but everyone else is new. And then I ended up actually getting second place that battle. So
no shit.
Yeah.
That's way sick.
And it was a big jam. I didn't know it was a big jam. Like there was hella people there, but it was actually a qualifier, that jam. If you win that jam, you get to face the winner of the North. So
if you won that jam, you'd have to go back to the Philippines for another jam?
No, it was the next day though. Like it was
okay.
It was a Saturday, and then they had a jam Sunday for the North versus South winner battle. So
Hector, you're like the networking king. Like more than anyone I talk to, it's just like, talk to this person on Facebook. So we're going to Louisiana. The Louisiana jam that's going. This guy's gonna try and do a handstand on an alligator head. We'll see what happens. It'll be great.
I guess that goes back into like when we went to Boise, I didn't really know anyone there. The dude that I knew from Facebook, and I added him there I've had him as a friend like maybe for over a year, and we talk every now and then, and we're like, once we found out I'm going to Idaho, I was like, yo, we gotta hang out, I was like, sure, yeah, that would be dope, hella dope. And he's a dope guy. Like we met him, he has the same fucking humor as me.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, we like, we were doing the Asian voice and making fun of, we would clown. This guy was clowning on some girl. Like we were at a restaurant. After the restaurant, we were on the balcony. There was a girl down there who had a birthday or whatever, and he was like, "Oh man, she got the birthday today." And I was cracking up. I was like, because like I was trying to get a picture. I was trying to get my camera like getting going. Because like, yo, let's take a picture. And this guy was on the balcony clowning on some girl downstairs, and all I hear him and like I've heard it like 4 times in my peripherals, like birthday, like what's going on? And like I look over there and this dude's just clowning some girl. Like, man, this guy.
That's fucking sick.
We just instantly had a connection, and and he's coming back. He's coming to Spokane actually in April 18th, so we're gonna go chill him. So yeah.
Hell yeah, dude! Bring him through bowls. We'll get at it. It'll be good stuff.
Yeah.
Like, so. Like you and me speaking in the past, I've kind of noticed you talk about like how you got into breakdancing and stuff like that, but for you it's more. Like I've noticed it's like, no, like especially when you two are talking, so I'll probably pass the mic here in a sec. When did it become something where it's no longer about, I like breaking, to like, I love hip hop and I want to preserve hip hop? When did that switch happen?
My first year breaking, when I first started, I went on YouTube because I didn't really know how to go on about it, So no one, I didn't see anybody teaching in Spokane. So I went on YouTube, looked it up, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I can do that stuff, Oh, like shoulder freeze, yeah, it's all shitty, But looking back, it's all shitty. And then like top rock, I learned a little top rock, and then footwork. That's all I could do. And swipes, I kind of practiced that. And then 2 months in, a friend of mine from high school was a breaker. Brought me to had me meet Tucker, and soccer got me into the crew, and then from there on, started doing like practice, and doing shows, little battles, and then when I went to Seattle the first time, like that was actually when I realized it was actually whoa, this thing is actually really huge. It's not just something it's not just like cool moves and then like you're cool, you know, like you're instantly the life of the party, you know. That's not that like that wasn't the point anymore. And then you go to Seattle and then you see all these people like that. It wasn't Washington Hall, the one we went to, but it was another place called the Vineyards, and that's actually like a church, and they rent it out for b-boy jams because he has like a dope venue. So I went there, and there's like I don't know 200 people, 300 people in like this small church, and like a big ass stage in the middle, and just like ciphers going on everywhere, and like that changed my whole perspective. And then even more so when I went to the Philippines, like dude, these dudes have no practice spots. Like, they go to like random areas where there's decent floor, plug in their shit, and just like practice like from like sun like from when the sun's out and all the way to like sundown.
Well, that's the cool thing about like all forms of hip hop is that there's not a lot of all inclusive like ways of living that has such a cool world wide like acceptance, and then also like input. Like everybody, like I've listened to German rappers, I've listened to Russian MCs, Japanese cats, like the whole spectrum, and I've seen breakdancing from all of them. I've seen graffiti, I've heard DJing, like, and I go out of my way to find these things, but I think it's just so dope that you can go, anywhere in the world. It's kind of like soccer almost in terms of its like viability anywhere, because all you need is a ball, man. All you need is a beat, like, and then fucking as long as you got a floor, as long as you got something you can like paint with, you can experience and make some hip hop, and that's the shit. It's like just representing.
Yeah, I think that's one of the joys of it is you find these little universal languages.
Right.
To where, like you said, you can go Philippines or just to Boise and instant connection, because what you guys got into, one, like you guys are probably similar personalities for getting into it, but you already have this huge context.
Right.
You already have all this years of experience of loving something as a context on that friendship. And it almost feels like it's one of those things where like the icebreaker's already been happened.
Yeah, there's something already obviously in common. So it's like you have something to instantly chat about, and then you break away and then get on, and then you find out more about people. It's cool that it's this catalyst for like friendships and networking and stuff like that. Like
that's
open doors.
That's one of my dream projects I want to do, is get to where maybe I've got 5-7 Gs. Go do, because I know people in Northern Europe, go do the Northern Europe thing, or just somewhere and just train from house to house and just do 3 tracks with a producer in this city, do 3 tracks there, and just like, I don't know, I would just love to get all those different vibes and just like create something based off the environments that I'm being immersed in, and the immersion of being in those environments for the first time. Like, oh, that would be the best. Like, I don't know. And on that tip, like putting your art in different environments and stuff like that. Tell people about this Create Daily thing you do.
Create Daily was originated from Texas. This guy Palmer started it.
Okay.
From Heavy Core Crew, and I just started seeing it on his Facebook, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Like he posts like a picture every day, and then he started getting more into it, more descriptive about it. He posted like a picture, and it says like create dailies, make art every day, show the world your different perspective, being like inspire other people, So I was like, that's cool. So I started doing that too. Like I got inspired to do dailies. First it was kind of I did it like a video style, like footwork variations,
okay,
stuff like that. And then like I stopped doing that because I feel like it's not really as expressive as the photos that I take now.
Right. No, like, yeah, like tell them about your process when you go into making these photos, what you're looking for. Like, wait, first of all, real quick, people want to check out these photos. How do they see them?
Well, Create Daily, it's on Instagram mainly. If you want to check out the Create Dailies that I've done or other people have done, it's just go on Instagram #Create Daily. And that's where everything is. That's like all over the world, people have been, taking pictures of like b-boy freezes, but like trying to make it like, trying to make it look cool, like artful, like like freedom, perspective,
Yeah. So yeah, how do you keep that in mind? Like, what kind of inspires you to do these?
Like I went to high school and I love photography, and that's kind of like a side thing for me, and I didn't realize, like, when Palmer started doing it, he combined photography and b-boying. I'm like, dude, that's awesome. So I started, as well. I got inspired by that, and whenever I go out and driving out downtown or doing some errands, like, oh, that's a sick wall, that'd be a sick wall to like emphasize, like. And then the last picture I took was at Boise, and it was like graffiti art gallery, and it's like just emphasizing like hip hop culture through pictures.
Yeah, no, and I definitely like the work you do, and that a lot of pictures, like the pose you take complements the area you're in. Like the way those two kind of pick up, and I don't know, it's wild hearing about it, because I almost feel like this is kind of put almost that not tagger, but like graffiti artist state of mind in you, where it's like, that spot, bomb that spot.
Exactly. Like, it's funny. I went with my sister to, there's this park on north side.
Okay.
Franklin Park, maybe. I don't, the one with the baseball field.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Near Northtown. And I went up there, and I walked by the baseball stadium. I was like, yo, that's a good, like, I looked at the stadium. I was like, yo, that's a good place for a picture. And she's like, what are you talking about? Like, I was like, look, like the lines are all symmetrical. What if I just like went up there and like did their freeze kind of like parallel to the lines?
Yeah.
And then I did that, and I flipped it around so it emphasized the lines in that area. And I was like, that's like an element of photography is lines. So,
right.
So
lines, ratio, symmetry, all that stuff. Sweet. So is this just something you do? You gonna do something with this? Like, once again, I'm saying, check out the photos. You'll see them. Like, it's a pretty cool gallery on its own. Like, what are your plans with it?
I just want to keep doing it. Just like practice on trying to get like different style of photography. Like, there's sometimes I take a photo where it's like a blank wall, like the one where it's just like white in the background.
Right.
Like, people thought I edited that. I was like, no, that's just a wall, and I kind of just like made it kind of brighter, so the wall would be invisible, kind of almost. And it's just practicing photography. Like, I like photography itself, and b-boying combined with that. Like, that's just something I love to do as well on the side.
Nice, dude. I don't know. It's, once again, just finding new ways to do your stuff. Finding new ways to kind of make it fresh for you. Man, I don't even know. Where are we at on time on this sucker? It's been flying for me.
It's been 40 minutes so far, so we got 20 left.
Shit, let's keep on rocking, baby. Shit. So what's been on your mind, Nobe?
Oh, man, I got a job, so I'm just preparing for that, because it's going to be 2 days a week, 24 hours a week. I do 9 p.m. to 9 a.m., and then I go to bed, presumably, and then I wake up and do 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. again. So it's going to be cool, because I'm going to have, most of my week to be creative and getting things together with spiders and just doing all the things I have to do that are, pressing at the moment. So I got a lot of paintings I had to accomplish. So hopefully, and, being able to pay the bills is going to be cool.
Grind.
Seriously. And I've been eating horrible lately, so I'm just like, the lack of sleep.
Shitty burritos.
Seriously, shitty burritos, Monster, cigarettes, and no sleep is going to ruin you, man. Don't ever do this. I've learned my lesson. I'm going getting Whole Foods tomorrow, man. I'm going to get some those Koshi bars. I'm just going to get some coconut water or whatever.
Get some kale chips.
I got to do something, man. My stomach's bumping right now. Like, my brain hurts. Like, I'm in a general fog at the moment. But I got stuff to do, so we're chilling.
So this is on you. It might be something we go further, but the work you're doing, I think it's cool. You mind going into that? You want to save that for a later episode?
No, I mean, I'm going to be doing, be working with at-risk youth. I'm going to be doing graveyards there. So, I mean, I've worked similar positions before, and I won't have, a ton of impact in terms of being hang out with these kids, because they On weekdays, they have to be in bed by 11, and they have to be up in the morning for school, and those are the days I'm going to be working. So it's like, I'll get them to bed, I'll get them up in the morning, probably be able to chat with them a total like 2 or 3 hours per shift, per 12-hour shift. So a lot of it's going to be me cleaning up the joint and then, being observant and then probably working on art and writing and stuff like that. So
that's cool. I don't know. I think
excited.
that's a good thing to have though. Like especially when you're in our position when we're in our 20s, so we're making that change from all right, experiencing life, dealing with it, and then being in a position to, even if it's for 3-4 hours a shift, like, being almost in that guidance role.
Yeah, no, exactly. And one of the things that Hector and I and you are all very passionate about are the idea is like, getting hip hop into more kids' heads that might really need like some kind of guidance. This is a definite goal too. Like you can either probably gonna be improving your body by doing some of it, but you're also gonna be, the more creative you are, the more that you express yourself, I think the better you generally feel. I don't think a lot of people are expressing themselves and be like, man, fucking I hate this. They feel good afterwards. That's why people do it. And so if these kids are, in one of the most pivotal positions to be able to have something really insightful or something that really pushes them mentally and like gives them a reason to do good things, and that's what I'm excited if I can slip, some spider discs on some shit, like, a YouTube, like a YouTube URL with some breaking on it. Like, I'll just, at your leisure, look at this. And then, hopefully after working there for a while, I think seriously, places like Crosswalk are amazing in terms of giving people shelter and as much guidance as they can. But I think an overarching goal like hip hop is like something that a lot of people needed. I know I needed it. And so when I started focusing on hip hop, I realized I started focusing on everything a lot better too. Like when I had a goal, it was like to improve, or if it's with art even, it's with any facet that you try to express yourself. If you can kind of give a lot of yourself to that, I think the rest of you improves similarly. So I'm excited, man. If I can get, and maybe after a couple months I get day shifts and stuff, I can really start, working with them, get like workshops going, have the, whoever's free from paper cutout come down. We can get these kids going, get Baggy down there with some cans or whatever. Like do it 1,000%.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I just see it one of those things. It's a beautiful thing, but that's an awesome point you make. Like, once you go and find that thing you're into, it gives you that schema.
Right.
It gives you that lens where it's like, because I think it gives you the most important part where it's like, this is my number one thing, so everything else you can kind of order it, deal with it. And then you're seeing it through the new lens of what your goals are and stuff like that. Hector, I know you've been in a position to where, you're learning it, but like, first of all, how many years have you been doing this?
I've been doing this since 2009, so almost 5 years.
Yeah, 5 years. Yeah. But I mean, you've also been in the teacher position a lot. Like, how did that come about, and kind of how did that, how's that experience and how'd that change your view of what you do?
Like, teacher is like a high like name for like, I'm just sharing what I know, like I think it's cool like when someone wants to learn the craft, it's kind of like what you guys do is with them seeing, oh, I want to learn how to rap, It's
right.
like, okay, you gotta be serious about it, you can't just be like learn for 2 weeks and then like stop and then learn for just like kind of like treat it as a thing.
You put some effort in.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
I feel that, and I'm the same way. It's like I'm not trying to label myself sensei or nothing, or sensei. I'm not taking on a label or a role, but it's the idea of sharing. It's like, well, this is what I picked up, like, would you check that out? And I think that's, because I think people can trip, and I don't know anybody that's like 50-year-old and rapping, and that's the only person I'd be really comfortable with calling like the teacher. Like, yeah, he's
got the wushu or the Fu Manchu.
Yeah, right. We got Pai Mei sitting somewhere like. Divulging the secrets of Zen rap and shit, like that would be interesting, but I don't see that happening. So now it's like kind of where captain left, we got the boat to ourselves, like where are we steering this thing, and like trying to just, oh, this is how you pull the sails down and shit, like just giving those little hints to everybody collectively, then we all get better. We're all cooler MCs.
Yeah, like it's sharing what you know to the people and then inspiring them to maybe get into the art itself, and that's like reward for me enough. I've taught some, like my friend Mark. He came in from Missoula, and he's just coming here to go to school and get a job. Pretty much just live here, and him and I started hanging out about 2-3 months ago. Like I knew him before from my friend, from another friend of mine, but we never actually hung out. And then he's like, hey. I kind of wanted to try breaking, and I'm like, sure, yeah. If you're down, like I'll teach you some basic stuff. He practiced for a week, it blew my mind. Like this kid picks up stuff like just like that, and and then we go to ciphers, and he ciphers. And usually when you first start out something kind of new, you're kind of like shy about it. This guy's like, no, I'm going in,
Take it. Yeah, no, hell yeah.
Yeah, and it's been like what almost 2 months now since he started actually breaking, and he's been doing good. He's well rounded. He has good control. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Like this kid got inspired to break, and not only breaking, but this kid raps too. Like he's the dude who went into bowls a few like Mondays ago, and he can just like had this verse in his head, like spit. He's like one of the younger guys.
Yeah, that's so dope, man. Like some people are just naturally, that pick stuff up quickly, but then also if you match that with like dedication and like a lot of time, like damn man, you see kids or people
That's how
improve.
You invent a
just
beast.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I've seen I've seen people progress at levels. You're just like, good Lord, man. A lot of times I look back and I'm like, man, I wish I would have spent more time on this, or like
right.
Because there's times in my life where I didn't rap as much. It's been about like probably 11 or like more like 12 or 13 years since I like started freestyling. And there's times where I took a break. I didn't really start writing until about 5 years ago. So it's weird, like seeing people that are a lot younger than me under way shorter amount of time being able to get like technically really proficient like really quickly, and it's like yes, like
yeah, and you kind of get a little bit of that fire back, where it's like yeah, what am I doing? Like, if you got that going on, like, let's go get it. Okay.
Right.
And it's like you were saying, like, it pays back. It totally
most definitely
pays
does.
back.
And, there's that thing where just knowing, like, even if I didn't rap, I don't break dance, for instance, not yet.
Dude, you keeping the mind fresh, keep that body fresh.
Right,
too.
I'm trying. I got to get off the dietary supplements that I'm on, because these aren't actual. This isn't food.
Whole Foods breaking lifestyle routine.
Yeah, I know. I need to. I really do. And not even joking.
It's a lot of the diet. The number one diet of any b-boy in the world is pho, man. Vietnamese noodles.
Yeah.
That soul will rejuvenate you.
Okay. And I like it, man. Give me some rare beef and some sriracha and shit. I'm ready to go.
Throw it. Screw it. Put some tripe up in it.
I ate like a box of macaroni last night. I don't feel like dancing so much as anything else, man.
I'm having this visual of like you going through a Rocky montage where like he's sitting there with a whistle while you're sitting there trying to bust out flares and stuff
Nobe.
like that. Like,
you gotta try out a Nobe.
You're nothing. You're nothing. Grab that ankle. Finish the freeze.
Right. That needs to happen.
And we need to go and like full on document it.
Seriously.
Like video. You down? So Ronnie's sitting there documenting this.
The rise of Nobes. Right it'd be great. I want to see it. I want to see it happen. So
you should go into the name Bionic Nobe.
We need it. Okay, Bionic Nobe. I'm got a whole bunch of go gadget shit. I'm gonna wear extra long jackets so I can like kind of kick my arms out. It's gonna look cool. Right. I already got it planned out.
I'm kind of guessing there's gonna be a lot of like pop and locking in his break. Does that like if you do that in a break battle as opposed to all styles battle, are they gonna judge it or are they just like stop that shit?
Like pop and lock? Yeah. Well, I mean that's like part of breaking. So like the original people would get down when the breaking first started. Pop and lock is one of them. It's like both components of breaking. So I don't think they would knock it.
It better not be. Better not be too judgmental on me.
Make it unknockable.
I'm gonna. It's gonna be that fresh. It's gonna be fresh and funky. I'm serious. I'm serious.
Imagine this dude and Dave, like the top rock routines they would have. People don't know. Dave from Paper Cutout is one of the most entertaining
Yeah.
top rockers you've ever seen. This guy will go and it's like cool, nice footwork, and he's just getting into this like flamenco little hip thing. Like he's got his wrists all flailing and stuff. Like, how'd you meet this dude? How'd that get going? Where the F did Dave come from?
Actually, it was David was already like part of Paper Cutout Crew when I joined. So like when I met Tucker, pretty much I met the rest of them. So he's been around as long as Tucker has, or Tucker has been breaking longer, but David and I met him when pretty much we're the same. Like when I first started, he started too. So he has like a year ahead of me. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and wasn't that dude a gymnast or something? Or did it?
No, he teaches gymnastics. Yeah, I think he's been doing that for 1 or 2 years now. Tucker has been doing it longer, but he got a job there as well, so he's been doing that too. Yeah.
See, dude, he can show you a front handspring. Maybe get some pommel cords.
I'll show you how to stretch properly, man.
Let's do it. Not today, but soon. Oh,
yes.
man.
Yes, I love it. Yeah, I noticed a lot of these cats, like, because when I went to the Zulu Jam, he's referenced a couple times. I'm talking to people and stuff, and, like, everyone I noticed, like, before they got into breaking, usually, like, I heard people figure skating, gymnastics, like, martial arts. What's your background, like, before breaking? Are you 100%, I learned to break from breaking?
A little bit. I learned a little bit of choreo hip hop. You know, my homie taught me like steps. You know, like 5, 6, 7, 8, that kind of thing. Like hip hop songs, and you would make choreo dance.
Right.
That. Did that for a little while, and then I got into martial arts.
What'd you practice?
Taekwondo.
Ooh, flasher.
For a year, and then I just like the kung fu, like the martial arts culture too, And then so then I got into breaking, and then I kind of mixed it all together, It's like, oh, I love kung fu, like I'm gonna do some kung fu moves, like. And then one of my moves that I do is actually influenced off of Mortal Kombat, like. Nah, man, do the Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Reptile.
Oh
yeah.
doing good over here and like doing the ground freeze and shit.
Yeah, you know how. Yeah,
I always thought Sub-Zero looked like he's breakdancing and he's doing the ground freeze in Mortal Kombat 3. I was like,
this ice slide or whatever.
Ice slide, yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah. So like a lot of the moves that are influenced through like martial arts, gymnastics. There's a lot of it can even be nothing. It can even be not even like other styles. It can be like something that you like watching from like anime or Naruto or something like that. Like, oh, that's cool, What if I just integrated that into breaking?
No, seriously, like doing like I would do Revolver Ocelot from Metal Gear 3 when he's doing the hand stuff. And he's
oh,
like,
yeah.
Or maybe even do the the cat yell. That's the kind of shit I'm gonna bring to the table. So everybody watch out because it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I put in like I have a move that I dedicated off to Scorpion. You know how he fires a chain.
Mm-hmm.
If he latches onto you, get over here.
Yeah.
And I do that with my I'll do a set and then I'll do that to my foot and then pull it towards me. Yep. And then people are like, "Oh, dude, that's dope." That's that's Scorpion, bro.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Dang. Okay.
Yeah. I think there's a turning point here. I think we're about to see.
There's a light back in my eyes, guys. I'm back from the dead.
The Bionic Nobe. Fantastic. All right, man. That pretty much brings everything to a wrap.
I'd say so.
Yeah. All right. So, my name is Sam. I got Nobe over here across the table. Thank you so much, Zeroni. This has been fun, dude.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. Like, this is like the cool setup you guys do. It's like really chill,
Yeah. Hey, we're just chilling. We're just having a conversation, kicking it with people we dig, dude. So real quick, people want to check out Paper Cutout Crew, stuff like that. What do they find on the interwebs that will lead them in the right direction?
Add us on Facebook. We have a crew page called Paper Cutout Crew. Find us on Facebook. Like our page. We'll hit you up on like events. And if you know me personally, like just talk to me or talk to any of these guys. Point them in the right direction.
We'll get you to the crew. All right, guys. Have a good night or day or whatever time you decided to watch this. I don't know. Peace. Listen.